This episode is brought to you by paintballshop.com. They are an outstanding online superstore for all your paintball needs and is Australia's top source for your paintball equipment and clothing to get you looking and playing your best. With over 4,000 products to choose from, head over to paintballshop.com to shop all of their amazing products and deal with the best customer service. Shop now at paintballshop.com or call at 9697 0011 and get kitted up today.
This episode is brought to you by Action Paintball with their epic paintball venue park with over 10 premier paintball battlegrounds to choose from, also providing themselves with not only the best customer service, but the best rental equipment on the earth. Don't like using a rental marker? Action Paintball has you covered. With their large variety to choose from, Action Paintball has you covered with some of the best paintball markers in the world, starting at only an extra $25. With some of the most competitive pricing, you are sure to have the most amazing paintball experience at Action Paintball games. Book now at actionpaintball.com or call now on 96790011.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 11 of the Down Under podcast with myself, Brett Mitchell. I'm also with
Billy Colliers.
And we've got a little bit of a jam-packed episode. This one, bit of a quick throw-together one just for all the viewers. You know, everything's been a bit chaotic. This one's a bit of a just quick throw-together. Everyone's got a bit of a tight schedule. Billy's got job interviews. I've got work, you know, so we've all just tried to just squeeze it in on a Monday afternoon, just try and get everything sorted. So I've got an episode for Wednesday. But, Billy, how you been, mate? You know, it's been a little bit. What's been going on, mate?
Mate, not a lot. Just, you know, keeping busy. Bit of paintball that's been happening over the last couple of months. And as you mentioned, thank you for, you know, reminding me. Yeah, I am going through job interviews as I'm currently unemployed.
It's just semi-retired.
No. I wish, mate. I wish I could just semi-retire and
You're
go,
at
hey,
that
look,
age now,
all I'm
mate.
going to do is just play paintball every weekend and nothing else. But
You're
that's
at that age now.
Nah, give it another 5 more years, I reckon. 5 more years.
You reckon you're going to retire at 50?
That's the plan.
Yeah, right.
Enjoy life after 50, because if you try after 65, you're like half a corpse.
I'll
Got
tell you
one
now,
foot
man.
in the grave anyway.
If you've got the cash to retire at 50 in this day and age, mate, you can start paying for my paintball bill.
Who's got again with the cash, mate?
Mate.
It's all coming from this show, bro.
Well, you're the one that's retiring at the age of 50, man. I'm just saying.
All the money's coming in from the show.
I mean, you're the one that retired.
Yeah, right.
I can't even speak.
I'm not retired.
That's how mind-boggling I am.
I'm not retired. I am currently unemployed.
Semi-retired.
Semi-retired. No, I've got a job interview tomorrow, so fingers crossed it all goes well.
Well,
But, yeah.
mate, wish you luck.
Well, no, it's a dream job. I've always wanted a job like this.
Literally, he sleeps all day.
Yeah, but
That's the dream.
I've waited a little bit longer and not taken the first thing that's popped up. That's why it's taken
A little bit longer. Man.
All right, it's been a month.
Bro.
All right, but fingers crossed, Sydney Harbour Bridge, here I come.
Hopefully, I mean, you know, good view.
I'll have the best views
travel.
every day. Not really. No, not really. It's called the train, mate. It's called public transport.
Man, I used to work at North Sydney every day. That shit is a pain in the ass.
I just got to go to the closest train station. It's like 2 minutes walk.
Mate,
from there,
Sydney trains, really?
Anyway, I'm praying to God all goes well. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my unemployment and my current job situation.
No.
So let's kick it off, buddy.
Oh no, well we may as well just talk about an event that just gone on just past the 10-man here in Sydney.
Yeah,
we just had
good weekend.
It was actually a really fun weekend. I mean, there was only 3 teams, but I tell you what, we had 3 massive games. We had a game on Hyperball Field, games on the Trenches Field, and then of course games on the Sup Air Field, which was that was
awesome. It was chaotic, but awesome.
It was absolutely it was a spin-over weekend. It was just that's what a 10-man's all about. But you know, just get 9 friends, including yourself, so 10 people. Go out there and just buy a case of paint or 2. That is your whole day.
Like, I
shot
2 cases of paint.
I shot a case and a half.
No, that was it. Like it was one of those weekends where you needed like 5 to 6 pods per game, and pretty much a box and a half to 2 boxes got to cover depending on how much paint you were shooting.
Yeah, I mean that was all up to you too, because you know it's a mech event.
Well, look, I know after speaking to a few teams on the day, some teams had different systems. Some teams were like, all right, look, each and every single player just buy your own paint.
Yeah,
and there's no bill at the end of the day. You just pay as you go.
Yep.
Right. Some teams were like, look, we'll just get like 8 boxes and we'll
That's
go
the
from
bill.
there. Yeah, and we'll go from there, see what it is from there.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
there's pros and cons to each one. I mean, for a team, you know, that I was on, which was I just call it the FYP team because I can never freaking remember what it's called. The RYT, I think Cody ended up calling it.
We never found out what RYT stands for.
your team.
Rep your team.
Because we had like 8 different teams in one. We had players from, like Colt, myself, same with Riley, also Lumberjacks, Riley. You had Triton C, you had Convicts.
I think there's a bit of Riffraff in there as well.
Riffraff as well. Lockie Parsons played with us. So a little bit of the Vikings as well. So it's just, it was just a recipe for disaster, really. It's just a bunch of mates. Like I said, myself and 9 mates playing paintball.
You just did all right.
And no, it was actually a really fun. Like I said before, it was super fun. I wish more teams would play it. I wish more players would come in and play it, and just, you get 2 teams of 5 merged together and just come up with some stupid name. Doesn't have to be serious, and just go out and have some fun.
The last couple of years, it's been 4-5 teams. So it hasn't been too bad. Like this event, there was only the 3 teams, but again, we did 3 different fields.
Yeah, they made it work.
So you played twice, I think. Was it twice on each field against each team, obviously.
Yeah. So you played, right? It's like you played the 2 games on each field, so you had 6 games. So no finals. It was just whoever had the biggest overall
score. Points at the end of the day.
And going of scores. Congratulations to SWAT Recon for winning once again. Taking over the win of the team I play for, RYT. It was a close battle. I think they won by 38 or 40 points. It was a bit controversial. We're like,
I was about to say that, but anyway, I don't want to get into it.
No, well, I looked at the scores.
I heard lots of different stories.
The way it was, we ended up having a draw on a field. I can't remember what it was. I think it was on the Trenches field. And basically, I didn't play that game. I actually swapped for Pat. Pat was like, "Oh,
you got benched, mate."
Yeah, no. Well, I was just like, "Fuck it, you go. Fuck it, don't worry about it."
Put him on the bench.
Yeah, well, he shot my paint, so I was like, "Go for it. See you later. Go have fun."
That's all right.
But no, they shot everybody, but ran out of time, and that was the 38-point difference right there. That draw. So it was a tough competition. It was fun. It was back and forth with every team. It's not like specific teams flogged everybody. There was a bit of variety up and down, win, loss, draws.
It
was like I said, it was actually just a super fun weekend or Sunday worth of playing mech ball. I mean, a lot of people enjoyed the hyperball.
Well,
I know I enjoyed it a lot more since there was no debris all over the freaking thing. Shout out to Nathan, who works at Action Paintball.
Oh, Nathan Dunn.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen without Nathan, mate. He cleans and does
the whole
everything
field
in that place,
and
bro.
made that thing look smick. It was absolutely insane to play on that hyperball field. It was super clean. It's just super professional, really, when you looked at it. I told Mike we should do another hyperball event, like solely hyperball. Like, keep it the mech. Don't put ramp on that fucking field.
Hyperball or speedball?
Hyperball.
Okay.
Hyperball. Just keep it mech or 6. I think, what was it? 6 BPS cap.
Yeah, if you had an
Shit
electro
like that,
mark, it was capped at 6.
Yeah,
FPS.
just keep it that, and just have another, 5-man, maybe even a 7-man on that. I reckon that would be a sick little tournament to hold. Just something, again, another fun, super fun, just relaxing day just to go out.
Jono used to do 7-man down at HBR. So,
Yeah.
he used to do like I think 4, 5 maybe teams used to go in and play. It was a 7-man sort of. He did it. I think he did a couple of rounds and then it phased off.
Yeah.
Because there was so much going on with the calendar, with 7s and
Yeah, there was
Elite One and all
there
those
was
other
events
ones, so.
everywhere, and it's looking like it's happening again.
Yeah,
There's tournaments popping up left, right, and centre. I mean, Melbourne's kicked back off, and it's it's grown some popularity. Costs is obviously growing as well. 7s is growing back up to what it was at one stage as well. So,
well, I see Snipers is doing Nightball as well. That looks pretty cool.
I've seen a little teaser from Riley.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
We're going to dig into it this weekend.
Nightball,
He sent me a video that looks sick. Some of the work that they've been doing there, that'll be cool. He was talking to me at one stage that they're thinking of doing a midnight tournament. So something that starts late at night and goes through the morning, like at night. So it's just pitch black.
How would you be?
I told him it's Melbourne. It's fucking cold.
Well, you'd have to do it in summertime, obviously.
I just said it's cold.
It wouldn't be cold in summertime.
It's freezing. It's Melbourne.
No, man. Last time we went, admittedly it was cold because we went
August.
It was winter.
It was August.
Yeah, all right. So it was in the middle of so that explains why.
It's just fucking.
But I'm assuming in summertime it's not too
you
bad.
get 2 seasons of the freaking. You get 2 seasons of the year every year.
Listen, leave Melbourne.
Wet,
Leave
cold.
Melbourne. Leave Melbourne alone. My teammate Riley comes from there.
Oh, fuck,
Our
here we
friends
go.
the Lumberjacks come from there.
Here we go.
We know the guys at Snipers Den, Troy and
Matt.
That's right. So
Clearly.
just leave it alone, mate.
Nah, I love playing at Snipers Den.
Okay. Oh, clearly you do because
it's
you're
just-
going again in August.
You know what? But I think it's the best temperature for the paint there, though, because I've never shot anything better than paint at Snipers. That 4-star that they get there, it shoots straight as a freaking arrow and breaks on everything.
Yeah,
It is,
fair enough.
So I will say that.
Each player enjoys
if you're
something
looking
at
to
each
play
field.
a new event, and you've got 5-6 guys that are keen for it, look up playing Snipers Den. It's a relatively cheaper event to play. You can find some really good, really nice accommodation around the field, pretty close as well. And I mean, Troy, Dixie, I should say. Sorry, Dixie. Dixie and Matt, they're more than willing to go and above and beyond to help you.
Clearly, you know Dixie well.
Fucking mate. Yeah, I only went to Thailand with the guy.
I'm just saying.
Wow. They're more willing to go above and beyond. Same with all the locals there, like we've mentioned before, like Riley from the Lumberjacks and a few of the cartel players as well, Bella as well. They're more than happy to go above and beyond to get more attention and more rep at their field and at their tournaments. So any publicity is good publicity. So yeah, if you're looking for a new event that's not sevens, it's not coughs, and it's still a nice chill vibe, I definitely look up Melbourne.
Yeah, it is. I've done it before.
I'd put
It's
that
fun.
in your
It's a good
calendar.
weekend.
So
It's a
the
good
next
weekend.
one's on August 10th, which is a Sunday. You can find accommodation literally everywhere around the field. Cheap as chips. Flights at the moment, $200-$300 return, looking like it. So
It's winter time. Flights are always cheaper.
yeah, it's
Less
just
people travel.
just don't book it too late, otherwise it will be an expensive event for you. Which me and you know well too well.
Don't remind me.
But no, it is a really cool event to play. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be something different, I'll tell you now. But something different I have noticed was the 3v3 that they had on the NXL.
Oh, we're moving on from the 10-man. We're done.
Well, obviously.
We're not going to mention I played with DTF and the Vikings collaboration team. And
look, if you
I had
want.
the pleasure of actually shooting you out in one of the games. Anyway, we'll get onto it.
Which game?
I don't know if it was Hyperball. I'll scream.
I thought it was Wade.
No, I was.
Oh, no. So I was
it-
convinced it was you.
It was me.
I was
because
convinced. I was like, yeah, Bill shot me. Now I'm never going to live this moment down in my life.
Jimmy said to
And
me,
then-
he goes, you shot out Brent. I went, and I screamed it out. I went,
I'm-
really? I shot out my co-host? Yeah!
And I'm standing up there with Newman, like we're just talking shit.
Yeah, anyway.
And Ryan's like, no, it was Wade. And I'm like, you
Okay.
sure? Well, I swear you were on the other end of the field with Chris.
We had the conversation with Wade.
But anyway, so I was like, oh, well, I said he's never going to let me get this moment down.
That's
And then Ryan come up to me later and goes, no, it was Bill, never mind.
yeah.
Because
I'll take my
you
shot,
had
man.
you had a red beanie on, didn't you?
I had halfway through the day, I had a black beanie, and then I changed out to a red beanie.
Yeah, because Wade had a pink beanie on, and it looked red through the mesh that I was looking through. So I don't know if it was the mesh playing with the pink beanie making it look red, or if it was just red.
Maybe it was just your old
So I was
eyes,
just because I'm so old, hips getting 67, So, but so
67.
yeah, man, retirement age, that shit.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I didn't know what the heck was going on. So I was like, oh, Bill
Anyway.
shot me. He's never going to let me day on
right.
this.
That's right. That's right. You heard it here. Anyway, let's move on to the 3v3 NXL.
Yeah, but the
format.
3v3
Sorry, yeah.
in Cincinnati, I thought that was a dope format of paintball. Just the way everything, like even on that field itself as well, everything flowed really well. Everything played really well. Competition was super high. Obviously, players are out there. Not only
X
to
Factor
compete.
won it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, not players are out there not just for a competitive style, but are also learning the field on the field. Because you're not gonna find anything better than playing the field.
Yeah.
So,
it's a good warm up before they go into the 5-man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, like I watched pretty much all of it right, on the Thursday. Most of them had like 5-6 on a roster, and they were sort of like just
chopping and changing. They actually had different lines.
yeah, but like it was sort of like a good warm up. I don't know if it took its toll on teams coming into Sunday, right? Because it was an extra day of paintball for every single one of them. Because I don't think many of them missed it. I
think a couple of teams like Damage and that were feeling. I mean, I noticed Keith Brown on Saturday was fucking spent.
it was flat.
Oh, he was done. Like kneeling over the ground on the live stream, just out of it. Yeah. Oh yeah, like the bloke had a massive tournament, but that's just like one player.
It was, but it was a good thing, I think, for
absolutely. I mean, and just the field itself, the field looked phenomenal. Yeah. I know there was a bit of rain, but the field still
it held up. It held up pretty good.
Still looked phenomenal. It looked soft as it looked like a mattress.
I mean, obviously it had the little lanes going into each bunker.
But
they dug out. But like that's every event.
It was so green.
To the point where it was bad.
There was no ounce of mud. There was nothing. It was just. Can we have every event there? It looked fantastic. Everything was just. It looked fake. Like it looked like AstroTurf from the ceiling view. It was fantastic to see.
I guess this time around they chose the park better. Okay, instead of
I think location. I think the geographic was fantastic
because this event was moved from last season. Like it was a different. They did it
at a different location.
Okay, so this year they've done it at a different place, but they've chosen. I believe they haven't chosen a better venue in like a better place to do it. They've chosen a better, I guess, field. Like they've looked at the grass and gone, okay, obviously if we hold it here, the grass is going to fuck up after a couple of days, and we're going to have mud. And then they've gone, look at this field. It's good. It's obviously it looked like the field was slightly elevated when you got that view from the top from the drone, right? The shot that they do. The actual field looked like it has a slight raise, which meant possibly with the rain it sort of had good drainage.
Better drainage, yeah.
Yeah, so I believe the location they chose for this event was great, and that was the difference. Because like even when they interviewed, like the girl that does the interviews on NXL, she was talking to players. She was like, "Oh, how do you like the field? How do you think it's holding?" And all the players were like, "The field's holding up great. It's awesome. It's like great location, blah." So look, when you've got good ground to play on, solid ground, makes your life a lot easier.
Oh, absolutely.
It minimises injury to every single freaking player. You got rough surface, shit surface, players dive in, slide in, whatever. Knees, arms,
anything can happen.
You can come up in. If it's like level ground, it's nice, not too wet, whatever, and it's not muddy in that, and it makes the difference on the play as well. But
absolutely.
Again, like we were saying before, the 4 days of play possibly did that take a toll on teams on Saturday, Sunday, or was it something that the NXL is looking at to do every single event now, even though these teams trained on these layouts for weeks?
Yeah,
but it gave them a warm up the day before and said, "Look, do a 3v3 tournament, but have your whole roster there and just keep." And get a better run on the field. Did it improve play for the event?
Oh, I think so. I think the play was fantastic.
Okay, so it was a lot better. So there was a lot of positives. There was a couple of negatives as well. Obviously, some players were drained. Obviously, some teams were, spent.
Yeah, of course.
Some teams didn't have the depth within their playbook to go beyond like round 3, round 4, whatever it was, of the prelims, then go into the quarters. But their playbook was limited for the prelims, and they didn't. I believe it was a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether it was better for the NXL tournament and for the players, I don't know. You'll have to.
I think at the end of the day, it's all about viewership. Unfortunately, it comes with the sacrifice of the players' physical well-being. But I thought it raised the competition within the 5 men.
Yeah.
But also, it was another way of paintball. Because most people, when I say most people, majority of people that start playing tournament speedball, airball, is in 3v3 tournaments.
That's the 3v3 tournament is kind of like your stepping stone into tournament.
Yeah, that's right. That's
right? That's your first beginner, sort of. Right? Well, in the old days at Real Seal, right? So you'd have Novs, AMs, semi-pro, and pro. The Novs division was a 3-man tournament. It was only 3 players on the field.
That's right.
Right? And they all used mechanical guns.
Yeah.
They didn't have BPS or,
Yeah.
Okay. And it was an introduction, like every team had like 4 to 5 players, so you had 2 reserves.
Yeah.
Right? And the referees were very lenient.
Yeah, of course.
Again, that's where we started reffing from the Novs, then moved into and kept moving through the divisions, right? So when you were reffing the Novs division, you were very lenient on players. Like they were very inexperienced. Like they do some funny shit.
You call clean. They do a nice ballerina twirl.
Yeah.
They do all of it. They do all of it.
You'd call a player out and he'd put his hands on his head and go,
tapping his head, rubbing his tummy. What do you want me to
or
do?
play on, bro, and he'd be like, he'd start spinning.
Start twirling around. And you as a ref have a little bit of a giggle, but that's where
But that's the
I liked
introduction, I believe, to tournament paintball is your 3-man.
And that's why I liked the 3-man layout that they did, because it's showing the professional level what those novice amateur guys start to.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed it because you saw individual skill levels.
Yeah,
between players. I mean, like a lot of players.
Oh mate, you
and a
saw
lot of people,
Paisano,
right?
Billy Bonacci.
Yeah.
He played like
a
beast.
A lot of people for some reason sleep on the Edward brothers, right? Like they know that they're beasts, right, from damage, right? They know that they're beasts, but you never get to see up close what players are doing because obviously cameras can't get everything of everything, right? Like you're always going to miss a nice gun battle here or
on five.
Yeah, because
whereas 3-man,
right? 3-man is so more focused.
Yeah, there's on
right?
the player.
And that's right. Well, you've only got 3 players to focus on now. Well, 6, let's say, right?
Well,
so,
3 and 3, but
yeah, that's right.
Say
So
there's 5 cameras.
To see these individual gun battles and the team bond, who's working better as a pair in a trio.
Yep.
It just like I said before, and just for an example, watching the Edward brothers, like fucking beasts, man.
Yeah,
like absolute beat. Like there was a point between Damage and Aftershock where Alex Rodriguez is in Damage's Dorito 3, and I believe it was Jason gun battled his way out of a back center to a fucking can to his right, and then snaps the prick out.
Yeah,
you don't get to see that level and that close of a focus.
Oh no, because
of a player, right? Who shot him? That's sort of where you thought, was it Chris Shearer or was it Marcelo or who
you don't know.
That's right. Whereas because it's so focused on that gun battle, mainly because A-Rod's in their Dorito 3 and it's so close and it's such an intense gun battle. But you got to see individual players' talent, and when push comes to shove, you got to see who really is good or not.
Well, you got to see the individual player
and who is
up and close
and who is better.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's it's sort of like there's Hormesis 1v1s. You're putting players to the test. Who's the better player? So it's.
Well, I think 1v1's a little bit different. It's more. It comes down to the individual player.
Oh, that's right. No, but that's my example, right? Like it's just you got to see raw talent.
Yeah,
and you got to see it up close and focused, and that's what I liked about the 3v3. And it like I said, bringing back to the novice point, it gets to show these newer players how to play the game.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
and you're watching the professionals play your level of paintball, essentially, right? Yeah. Because the novice guys are playing 3v3s. Mm-hmm. These professional guys are now playing same layout, same field, same everything, same system,
same everything. Yeah,
and you're getting to see this like I said, you're getting to see this unbelievable skill pattern and the way that these guys, and I felt like like I said a million times, the cameras were just more focused, so you got to really rein in on how teams are communicating, what they're doing, how they're reacting to each other's body language, just all of what it takes to be a professional athlete and step on the biggest stage. It was fantastic to watch. I really enjoyed watching the 3v3. I hope they continue. Obviously, it's a big strain on the players physically and mentally because it's a day before a huge tournament that they want to win, and it's another day of what does it matter to you? Does it matter of learning the field? But also that means you have to start winning these 3v3s so you can get more time on the field and versing these other teams.
Yeah, but also, will it come down to teams will build a little team around that 3-man event and then concentrate on the 5-man event with completely different players? There's no benefit there for
that's.
But it can go either way.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to it.
All right, so they can keep doing it. Obviously, I believe it was more of a success and it worked well with the 3v3 being the Thursday. Obviously, gave a lot of viewers like yourself, myself, and all that subscribe to Go Sport and all that. We were like, yeah, sweet, extra day of paintball, yeah, fuck yeah, no worries.
Well, absolutely.
So
I took it as a learning curve to how these teams really communicate and how they're breaking down in high pressure situations because you lose a body and now it's a 2v3. Back of the heels now.
Yeah.
How are these teams? How are these high level, high respected players dealing with this big pressure. You know, you've got the whole 50 line taken up. You're stuck in the pocket.
It does give you more room to move and like
Yeah,
that's what makes it more interesting
absolutely.
because you can make like in a 5-man you'll have 1 or 2 options to make a move. In a 3v3, they go a body down. That gives you option A, B, C, D, and E, and you're like, well, they're trapped in the corner, or he's in the center and he's in the corner. I'm just going to stay and keep going down this way.
Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, I thought it was a massive win for NXL.
yeah,
it's like you said, it's just another viewership point, another thing for us to go, hey, I'll pay for that.
Well, I think that was a big bonus for it, but
yeah, and
that extra day of paintball for the viewers,
and like you said, yeah, that extra day of, hey man, I can stay up Wednesday night now and watch some. Oh, sorry, Friday night now and watch some Thursday night paintball.
Yeah, that's
or Thursday morning paintball.
Yeah.
It sort of gives you that long weekend. Well, not long weekend, but that week
gives you
total weekend. It's instead of staying
an
up
extra day.
Yeah, instead of staying up all night Saturday and Sunday morning to watch Fridays and Saturdays games. Now you can sort of use your Friday and watch a bit of Thursday.
Well, look, most people, all right. So I do it. I'm not sure how you like. Other people do it, right? So if it's only a 16-hour difference where the event's being held, like especially in Florida or where they were the last event, right? Cincinnati. All right.
Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah. So there was a 16-hour difference. So their game time here started at 10 p.m. The games were kicking off at 10 p.m., which was great because you got to watch two or three splits, depending on how long you wanted to stay up, right?
Yeah. Well,
so
each bracket goes for an hour.
You'd have possibly viewing till like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? You'd go to sleep. Obviously, Saturday, some people went to work or whatever.
Whatever the case was.
You'd get then you'd finish work, say, on the Saturday at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, whatever. You'd come home, have a shower, eat something, do whatever. And then you'd sit there and
you'd catch up.
Yeah, you'd watch the rest of Friday. Yeah. And then wait for Saturday night, again, starting at 10 o'clock. Being a Saturday night, okay, I got to get up and go to paintball. But, like, I don't have to get up until, like, 7:30, 8 o'clock to start making my way there, right? So I'll stay up till, like, 1 o'clock, watch the first 3 brackets, and then when I wake up in the morning, on the way to paintball, I'll have it on the bracket, watching the last bit of the last 2 brackets,
waiting for the live stream to start.
All right. So then you finish your Sunday, then you go watch the rest of the Saturday's games, whatever, and it's only like a 3-4 hour bracket. So you just watch all of it, right, which fills in your evening and whatever. And then Monday, like most people, I switch off everything till I come back from work, and then the first thing I do when people ring me and go to me, "Oh, did you see?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to know. Don't tell me," because
I remember
I'll sit there on Monday, watch the last leg of the prelims and the quarterfinals and the semis, skip through the divisional ones probably too.
No, as you do.
Oh, no, I'll watch the WNXL.
Yeah.
I like to watch the girls play. They're pretty cool. And then I'll watch like semi-pro and then the pro. Yeah. Right? So it's another probably 2 hours worth of viewing there, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll see who wins. And then I'll open Facebook and all the rest and see all the posts and shit.
Yeah, all the posts from Estefan.
Yeah, or whoever else like he did last time, the arsehole.
Poor Estefan.
Anyway, he didn't know the poor kid.
No. He was just being nice.
Oh, okay.
Just in case anybody missed it.
Okay. What do you think about NXL making a comeback to ESPN, mate?
Live, I think it was a long time coming. I really enjoyed what they did with the last.
It was good.
With the,
it was good.
Was it World Cup? No, it wasn't World Cup. It was. Shit, what event was it? It was one of the events. I can't remember off the top of my head. Was it? No, I don't think it was World Cup. It was Legion and Aftershock. That's all I can remember. But I really enjoyed the video and the production that they made out of that. I thought that was broken down as simply as it could for any Tom, Dick, and Harry to be able to watch it.
And the guys that were calling as well, like the commentators, are pretty good.
That's what I enjoyed. I mean, obviously anybody.
Not dissing Matty Marshall. He's a great.
No.
He's awesome. Without Matty Marshall, we don't go Ghost.
I think it was for. I think paintball is one of those sports that people who play watch.
Yeah.
It's not you haven't got Mrs. Jones pounding a bit of paintball on ESPN at Thursday night. You haven't got Rogie cracking open a beer and go, the fucking paintball's on the fucking Foxtel. I'll watch that shit. It's people who play paintball watch paintball, right? So that's how I view it anyway.
Or people's families.
Right, yeah, right.
We'll watch it as
you
well.
know, like your kids or your parents,
everyone,
blah blah blah, right? Associates of paintball will watch paintball, right?
Yeah.
And have a vague idea of what the fuck's even going on. All they know is you've got to shoot this person, and that's it.
You got to go hit the other buzzer,
right? That's about as far as it gets. That's why I really liked and respected about what the ESPN did with that whole video that they made, with the whole production of they dumbed it down to as simple as possible.
It was good.
So,
and they had the players' profiles at the top.
Jenny, who just got in retirement home, can understand it.
Yeah.
Of how simple it is, what a penalty is, what the objective of the game is, how it's played. And I felt like that took the viewer in to be able to sit back,
No, it was
enjoy,
really good the way they did it.
and actually sort of understand what the whole geo is.
Yeah.
So then, you could take up the chance of going, hey, well, I enjoyed this, and it's worth, what is it, $11.99 a month or whatever it is, right? Like, I think it's even cheaper, right? Like, whatever it is a month, right? It's worth. So I can watch it
$9.99 a month.
So I can watch it live, or I can watch the behind the scenes of training days, and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh,
et cetera,
they give you a whole bunch of other videos, the warm up, the practice.
Yeah, they give you all that shit,
all
right? Et cetera, et cetera.
Right? So it's pretty good.
That's what I really liked about the ESPN whole video. Granted, I didn't like how fucking long it took, but I'm glad it took that long, and that was the result we got, because I thought it was awesome. The players' view as well, I thought it was sick. Other than the fact that you've got some players that play a bit wider than their marker, so you can actually see what the fuck they're shooting at, and then you got players like Malloy that play that freaking tight. All you see is a hopper. So
each player's different.
I would have rather a barrel cam or something like that myself, or even maybe a 360 camera instead. Personally, just so you didn't have sometimes just that vision of just a smack black obstacle in front of your face. But that's my opinion.
Right, Greenspan was promoting something like that. Or
something. Yeah, there's a new 360 4Ks or some shit like that.
Yeah. So it's pretty.
But
good.
yeah, I just that's my opinion of that's how I thought it would be better. But I mean, each to their own. I still think the whole thing was sick. I mean, I know a few of the players didn't want the GoPros in the first place, but I'm glad that they did it, because you're getting to see how these players react to situations, and they're dealing with it right there and then, right? So you're getting to hear LJ Parrish get shot off the break for the fourth time, right? Like, and you can hear his reaction, and you're like, you do the same reaction because
you relate to
it.
Yeah,
no, but it's like you're going for aftershock, for example. You're watching him get shot, and you just hear him go, fuck, but you're doing the same thing because you can hear the smack. Yeah. Right? So you're like fuck! And then, right, you're doing the same reaction, so you're getting that bond through the person's POV, right? Or person of view, right? So I thought that was really sick. But like I said, I would have rather the 360 camera of some sort.
But look, okay, so I liked the GoPro thing.
Yeah.
Also, I like how they get them mic'd up as well. They throw a mic on them.
Yeah,
and they do that mic up.
A couple of videos like that, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Like, okay, so join it all up together. You got video and mic'd up as well. Like, that would work. So put a mic and a camera, like a barrel cam or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the case is.
I reckon probably on the goggles is better. Wouldn't it be? Because
depends how people play. Some people have different styles.
Anyway, right. So if you combine the both, it's pretty good. Like, I'd love to see even just one or two, like just one mic and one camera at sevens. That'd be great. Like,
yeah,
start doing shit like that. Like promote the game as much more as you can. Show more shit. Do more shit. Just keep rolling with it. You know what I mean? Whatever we can do to make it better and better. So.
Yeah, it's just whatever makes the viewership easier. And at the end of the day, the viewership is what gets you in the door.
That's right.
Like, if you're not getting views, like, well, then you're not going to have a very successful league. I mean, there's plenty of sports that have the same drama with viewership versus what's the word I'm looking for? Financial assistance, right? Let's just say that, right? Because everybody would know what I'm talking about. If you don't get the viewership, you're not going to make the dollars.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you want to get the membership. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, but like if you're not getting attention, what incentive is there for businesses to pay you dollars if they're not going to get any incentive out of it? Like a big brand isn't going to endorse something if no one's going to look at it.
No, that's true.
Right. That's the whole point of sponsoring an athlete, for example. they give this athlete this particular clothing because they want this clothing to be seen.
Or particular number
Right?
or whatever.
Well, whatever it is, right? Like, look, for example, like, let's just use Lionel Messi for an example, right? Massive following, massive name. Everybody knows who Lionel Messi is. Ronaldo, all that sort of shit, right?
Lionel Messi.
Right? Whatever. I don't really care. There's 20 different ways to fucking pronounce everybody's stupid name, right? I don't care. Right? I'm Aussie. But for the sake of the argument, right? Like, say I don't know who the fuck sponsors him. Just say it's Adidas, right? Because I can't actually remember off the top of my head. They give him pink jersey or a pink sweatband. Kids will buy that because it's their idol.
It's his brand,
right?
Well,
It's not just but it's not his brand, right? It's
Even
Adidas. They sponsor him because he's a massive name.
That's right,
right? And he brings viewership.
Yeah, and
right?
he's going to get their product out there better.
Correct. That's the whole reason.
Promoting it.
Yeah, that's right. So if you don't have the viewership, then you're not going to get the incentives, right? So it's I think NXL with the 3v3 format's a massive winner.
Well, it gives the viewers and the angles of the cameras and the time for the camera to catch more shit.
Yeah.
See, it gives the viewer more insight to the game, I guess.
And you can also see that, paintball is becoming bigger and more viewership because ESPN wants back in. And now they're going to trial a live stream now. So
what happens there now? If I got to ask, because if you're a Go Sports subscriber, what happens there? Do you have?
I believe you'll still have the Go Sports live stream, but then I think there's an ESPN live stream as well.
Oh, so there'll be two.
So there'll be two different streams.
Oh, so obviously you'll have to log in, and get a account with ESPN, probably.
I'm assuming so. Most people have one because a lot of people watch basketball and shit like that. So,
but ESPN should be free. No, it's on pay-per-view. No, it's on pay TV.
Whatever the fuck it is. But you can get the app ESPN and download it and sign in or whatever. But yeah, it's an ESPN app.
Okay, cool.
But a lot of people watch MLB, like baseball, basketball, shit like that. So that's all over ESPN. So Gridiron, NFL, all that sort of shit. So
yeah, Major League baseball, Major League basketball. It's
all that shit,
that
right?
logo,
so
that
all
the
that
red,
shit,
white,
right? All that
and
shit,
blue.
right? So it's just that's all
same
on
as
ESPN.
the paintball one, the Major League paintball.
Well, that's where they get it from. But
anyway,
right? So that'll all be on ESPN. So I think it's August 2nd, August 3rd, August 4th.
Yep,
is when the streams are on. I did see a comment on Facebook. It's at like 3 a.m. US time. God knows what that means for us. Let alone, I'm assuming you're going to have to use a VPN and set your location to the US to be able to watch it.
3 a.m. US is actually it's good for us.
Yeah, well, it'd be good for us, but I don't exactly know the whole geo of it yet. There's been minimal info actually been leaked about what the heck's going on with it. Just that ESPN is going back, trialing a live stream with whatever the heck they're doing. So I don't know if they're live streaming the next event or they're live streaming a couple of games or what the whole geo is, but more info. Info will be coming.
They're pushing for it hard in the States to get back, like with ESPN
absolutely
coming back on board. All right, so
and it's just
really
like
good.
I said, it's more enticing for big brands to
that's really good.
Jump back on now because ESPN has a massive following. So, and what they did last time was a massive success.
Well, they've got is it Peyton Smith Law, the white bunker,
Titans legal,
whatever it is. Then they've got the Hertz bunker, right? So they've got
Hertz and Laundry Logistics.
Yeah, and Laundry Logistics.
So Titans legal doesn't. I don't think Titans legal actually sponsors the event.
Oh, okay. Anyway, but obviously there's more sponsorship and money coming in from other
there's definitely brands
like,
and businesses that are making the investment.
Obviously, right? So so there's be nice to have a budget like that here.
It'd be nice to have something here. It'd be nice to have something here.
It's like
it's a big want, but is it going to happen? Probably not.
You don't know, bro. Don't say it's not going to happen.
I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm doubtful that it ever will. It's not the same. There's nothing that's the same here. You have
no.
Over there you have one league, right? Let's say you have one. But over there you have one major league.
Compare it, bro, because
but you can, right? Because over there's one major league and
more
XL,
people,
right?
Man.
No, it's not just that, but it's
Bigger
also
country.
It's not just that, but it's also they have one major league, right? NXL, and everything sort of pivots off that.
Yeah.
Over here, you've got 3 different fucking tournaments that run completely opposite to each other. So what are you going to roll it off?
Yeah, true.
Right? So, you know,
True.
it's a matter of fact of each organisation or organiser or whatever you want to call them being able to sit in a room and create something and work off of it. Because obviously, they're not all against each other, right? Like, you know, let's just say, you know, Mike and Kay and all that, they're not against each other. They all want the same thing, and that's paintball to grow.
No.
Right?
It's
So,
not that. Okay, that's never the case. Never been the case. Like
I'm
any fields
aware of
against
that.
each other.
I'm aware of that one.
Bro, that's why when they bring out the calendar, this is the thing that a lot of people don't know, right? So Mike and Kay and like Dixie and all the guys and Matt and all that, around December-ish or, you know, even a little bit later or earlier than that, I'm not too sure. They all sort of talk to each other and go, hey, look, our calendar's coming up for next year. You've got your 7 states. What are they? So I know to base my tournament. So they all work.
Most of the dates are the same every year anyway.
No, but they all work. Do you understand? They all fields work with each other.
Most of the dates don't change.
Yeah, I understand that. But like, that's how it's like from
but I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that.
That's how it's been from the beginning. That's how they've organised it, and that's how they still do it, right? No, they don't change. Like, events might fall at different times or different weekends or whatever. Yeah. Right, from year to year because the calendar does change. Right, it's not always the same.
I'm aware. Yeah, it's not really working out for Melbourne since their events fall on the amateur weekends.
But you understand what I'm saying?
No, but I'm just saying, right? It's just
they try and
work. That's just how they.
But they try and work it as best as they can.
Yeah, that's right. We'll just try to squeeze in a date, really, isn't it?
Well,
because the bigger events have their dates, so the smaller events have to work around the bigger ones. That's just sort of how it works now.
That's like Dwayne. Like, no one's heard anything from Dwayne for a long time. Where he's going.
He's pretty busy with his own business.
Yeah, he started the mortgage thing, so you know he's got.
Yeah, he's pretty flat out with that, so he really hasn't had the time.
But like we're used to like seeing a Wagga 3-man pop up every year. At some point, like Dwayne used to wait for a certain opportunity, like a 3-week.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be one.
And go bang, there you go. The boys will do a 3-man there.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be one.
But like most of the major dates are already fixed from the beginning of the year, right?
Pretty much.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Like all the fields work with each other, right? To lock in their dates and make sure they try not to cross over.
Yeah, of course. Because at the end of the day, if they do, you have to pick or choose, and it's sort of.
But some do, so that's what happens.
Yeah, that's right. So it's just sort of like a gamble you take, really.
But
and then it's if they cross over paths, then it's just what event. And some teams pick and choose because of what other teams go to event. So if there's more teams that go to one event, they're obviously probably going to jump on the bandwagon and go to that event more than the one that doesn't have enough teams. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it all everyone sort of works with each other, so that's pretty good.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's just sort of like over there they have one league and it jumps off that. Here there's a vast.
Well,
we've
got 3 leagues,
but there's not one standard, right? Like. And then they all piggyback off that sort of thing, right?
It kind of is. Kind of like, I think 7s and Mike is the standard, and everyone's sort of like, because they all, other than playing split deck at Coffs Harbour, what's the difference from 7s?
The ranking. One event doesn't want to use a ranking to another.
But you get what I'm saying, like.
Yeah, but I'm just.
But they're the only small differences. But
a ranking's not a small difference, though.
Right. But what I'm saying is they all range around the same sort of format or play or. Do you know what I'm saying? There's not much difference.
Oh, well, it's paintball. You can't really fuck with the format any more than what you can.
No, I'm saying like in the States and that you've got like 20 divisions, whatever the fuck it is, like 10 12 different divisions. 7? No, because they hold...
Oh, then you got WNXL and shit like that.
No, they hold Pro X-Ball League and then they hold another 5v5 league as well at the same time, which isn't Pro X-Ball. Look it up because... Yeah, there's a price difference when you want to enter. It gives you options, right? Like, I can't remember when I was looking at it. You can enter 5v5 X-Ball, or you can just do 5v5. No Pro X-Ball, like no X-Ball. I don't know how the format works, if it's the same or different, right? But look it up, like when you register for NXL. I've seen it before, trust me.
Sure, you're not just looking at another division?
No, trust me, there's like 10, 12 different ones. It's not just the 7.
Pro, semi-pro, Div 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. But then you've got, that's all X-Ball.
Yeah.
And then they do like just a 5v5. And then they've got the WNXL, they've got 10-man.
7-man.
Mechanical. There's a whole bunch of different shit, right? But there is also, I think, another division that they play. Look it up. I'm serious. Look it up next time. Trust me.
Right, I don't know what the fuck to talk about.
I
but
swear to
I'll
God,
look that shit up.
there's the X-Ball division, and then there's just the 5-man division. Trust me. Look it up. Trust me.
Look that shit up. Never fucking heard of it.
Right. Trust me. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting senile. Trust me. I'm telling you. That's what it is.
But that all falls under one league. NXL, right? So
Yes. I'm not disagreeing with you. It all falls under that title, NXL or Major League Paintball.
Yeah.
Right. So even the
one rule set,
bingo. I know.
one distributor,
Yes. One ranking system.
correct.
One,
all of it
one.
falls under one thing.
I understand.
And I know that's what the APA is sort of trying to build towards.
Yes.
Building, a national rule set, a national ranking system, yada yada yada, all that sort of good stuff that is needed.
How
is
would you
needed
do
to.
it, like, how's it going to be done? Like,
well, at the end of the day, you need.
because I agree with what you're saying. You've got like 3 different type of ranking divisions.
I think the issue is paintball in this country is a business, right? And you start.
It's not a sport yet. That's why.
Well, when you start to manipulate that, you're starting to manipulate people's businesses, and that's their source of income. Right? Like,
I don't want to go down this road.
No, but like, I'm just like, no, but
I understand that.
That's just the honest truth, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like, let's just compare Elite 1 with Sevens, right? Like, Elite 1, K in that run, that's their business, right?
Yep.
And then Action Paintball is Mike, John, Adam, yada, yada, right?
Yep.
That's their business, right?
Yep.
Say this APA thing goes ahead and, it's got an approval from everybody, blah, 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 blah. This now affects Kay and that's business. Now it affects Mike, John and Adam's business because it's all under one preset of rules and this person can only play this division and this guy can only do this and...
But it's for the better of the sport.
Yeah, but now
they've got to come... Oh.
Now you're affecting this person's business because they can't run an event because they haven't got enough players to fill this division. Now you're affecting this person's business. This tournament doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
Do you see where I'm going?
The point is that's what you're saying.
That's my point.
Okay.
Don't. There's no point. It won't work. I don't feel like it'll work. One, there's not enough.
Well, that's one man's opinion.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just one man with a microphone, right? But and I'm not scared to share my opinion out loud,
and it's
right?
A super microphone.
It's a super microphone.
Yeah,
no,
he's got.
I'm not scared. I'm not
John Laws over here.
Yeah, well, I'm not scared to share my opinion. I'm happy to have a debate with anybody about how they feel.
You got a good point, bro.
Because at the end
disagreeing with you.
Because at the end of the day, if you've got an opinion, you should be able to take on others' opinions and broaden your mind and
of course,
blah blah blah. Right?
That's what it's.
And
about.
that's why I was willing to do this show because
that's what I was about to say. Isn't that why we do this show?
Yeah, that's right. I do this show so I can voice my opinion out, right? Mm-hmm. And whether you want to listen to that or not, that's totally up to you. If you decide to click off this video because what I'm saying is you don't like it, that's fair enough. It's that's your free will.
Yeah, Brent's a
right?
wanker.
He was a fuckwit, right? But yeah, I just feel like the sport of paintball is not big enough in this country and in this side of the world.
Oh, we need to grow it
for something like that, right?
But
You don't have.
We need to grow it to get to.
You don't have 29 continuous you don't have 29 continuous semi-pro teams in 5 events all year, right? Like you don't.
We used to.
You don't have the player system for it.
We used to.
Yeah, but you don't. What year is it?
No, but I'm saying
right. Like, that's my whole point, right?
If you could bring it back to that sort of where you had 10 teams each division,
the only way you can do that is
events.
The only way you can do that is to make paintball more cost efficient in this country.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So until that day comes, people that have retired will stay retired.
So that's $20 case, man.
Well, it's 25, but people that have retired will stay retired because cost of living's gone up. Started having families. They thought need to grow up a little bit.
Yep.
Can't afford this $750 event 4 times a year, right? Like we'll just say it how it is, right? Like it's every 2.5, 3 months I've got to pay $750.
Jesus, man.
Let's just put it in that's school fees, school uniforms, lunches, mortgage, rent, whatever, car payments, registration.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of money.
The list could go on forever, right? Yeah. Like paintball is not cost efficient in Australia, and I appreciate everybody that's like Mike, Kay, Dixie, all the event organisers and owners and everything like that that have done the biggest efforts to make this sport cheaper, more readily available, and better. Let's just say better, right?
So I'm assuming this is a bad time to tell you that paint is going to go up over the next month.
Duh.
According to some sources.
Just have a look at the world, mate.
I'm just saying, like, we appreciate everything they do for us, but themselves, if cost of living goes up, everything
cost of price goes up, and at the end,
they have to do it. And
and
it's sort of like we can whinge and bitch as much as we want, but like
It's
you
like I
make
said.
an allowance every week for this hobby that you do. Or
yeah,
the
well, it's
sport
like
that
I
you
said.
play,
These
right?
people
So,
are running a business.
yeah, that's
Right.
what I'm saying.
No, but like
You know what I mean?
that's
Like-
what I'm saying, right? These people are running a business, right? Otherwise, they're going to end up like Vulcan and go fucking bankrupt, right?
I
So
don't want to see that.
you don't want to see that shit, right? So these, at the end of the day, people can bitch and moan all they want about, oh, this person's making this off this and this person's making this off this. You go take a bank loan out. You go make your own business and see how far you go.
Oh no! Look,
No, well,
there's a lot of expenses and costs.
No, that's
to
right.
Running,
It's-
it's what a lot of people don't know about. Okay,
Well, that's right. They just
but a lot of
they just
people
see
point
yeah.
a finger and say,
Yeah, exactly
okay,
right,
okay,
you know.
but they don't see
No,
what's behind the scenes.
and they never will.
They won't understand it either because
That's
like,
my whole point, right? It's the ideology is just not there, right? It's
No.
just, I'm not bagging anybody out. I'm just saying you can't just say this person's only in it for profits. Everybody is only in it for profits. I don't care what anybody freaking says.
that's why you're
right?
running a business.
Why do you think the owner of NXL owns NXL? For a business.
Is that Tom Cole?
Oh fuck.
I think it's Tom Cole.
I'm having a brain fart.
Jason Trojan's the head of referees, I think. Tom Cole, I think, is like Mr. NXL.
Fuck. I'm having a brain fart.
Don't worry, I'll ask him. I'm friends with him.
I'm having a brain fart. Anyway, but yeah,
I'll
like
ask
they don't just make this and pour millions of dollars in and you know because it's a fucking charity because they feel like it. They run this because it's a business and it's a way to make money.
It's a way of living.
Look at HK Army. Do you think they just give teams thousands of dollars and hand out free shit because they feel like it?
No.
But
HK's like, no, they're in bed with everybody. Fuck HK.
but that's right because they're a business to make money.
But that's smart.
But that
Cressa
is-
as being a smart man.
No, but it's more than Mark Cresser, right? There's
I
more owners of
understand.
HK than Mark Cresser, right? But
But he's the front face.
yeah, he's the face because he's the fucking bloke that knows everybody, right? Like it's just he's the friendly face of, and he's everywhere, right? It's everybody knows Mark Cresser. But that's my whole point, right? They're in the business to make money, right? And if you're not in this if you're not in the business to make money, I'd love to see how far you get in life. Why do you go to work every day? To make money. What for?
Earn
To
yourself
pay,
a
to,
living.
to pay for
pay
yourself, to play
for-
paintball,
and other
Right.
stuff.
right? And to live,
Correct.
right? Unfortunately, not everybody has a massive trust account. Granted, swear, I wish we all did, right? I wish I did. Fuck me, this place would be a lot better than what it is. But all these
How
things.
much better can you make like this?
Well,
place is
fuck,
fucking the best.
I reckon a few cans of spray paint. Just
Spray
I don't
paint.
know, maybe bigger actual foam boards.
What would you spray that?
I might actually rip the whole shed down and actually make it like a proper cabin, like full brick, couple windows.
This Blake's making money
Insulation.
off the show. He's not sharing because I don't know where he's going to come up with the money. But anyway,
Well, I was just saying if I was having a trust account,
can we do it on a budget?
for sure, yeah.
Which
Good
we
luck with that
already
one.
have.
But that's my whole intake. Yeah, these they're businesses for a reason to
Okay.
make money.
I understand.
It's unfortunately we live in such a remote place of the fucking world where everything just costs us a fortune, and then unfortunately, to do things you love costs money. And I know a lot of people love this sport in this country anyway. Love this sport, and are willing to pay the big dollars to play it. Right? I know I am. I know you are. And I know a lot of people are that continue to play because they show up at every event that they can play possible. I mean,
Okay, we've established it's not a cheap sport.
no, I'm just, well, fuck, no worries. I'll just shut up and won't get on my point. That's all right. Next topic.
No, keep going. So I didn't mean to. I'm saying we've established that it is an expensive sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not having a go at you,
and a lot of people are willing to play it, right? And a lot of people are willing to pay it. So I mean, like, fuck. I mean, look at
we budget every week from our wages to.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, like, fuck.
If that's not commitment, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I mean, look at fucking. Here's a good example. Like, Brandon Miller's a pretty good example. I don't think he's missed a fucking event this year, right? Like, bloke's devoted because he loves the sport, right? Like,
so does Mo. So there's a
lot of
like Brendo
fucking Mo, bro. What a mate. Such a blessed guy, man.
Leave him alone. He's a top bloke.
Oh, I love Mo.
Moe.
Serious?
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, no, it's just but people like that are super devoted to this sport and will pay the big dollars to go and do what they love, and
even the guys that don't have the dosh to play the sport, somehow they manage to come.
They somehow manage to make it, right, and that's the best part of this sport.
That's what draws you into the sport, man. It's not what you're paying; it's the sport itself.
Oh, I think it's how much you've paid.
Nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit because I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on hunting shit that I hardly use anymore.
It's just sad.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Like with paintball, I've probably spent half of what I've spent for hunting, right? But it's not what I've spent that makes me turn up every week and play. And at the age of 46, right? It's the buzz, the thrill, working all week, waiting for the weekend to come, seeing your mates, seeing Muppets like you every weekend.
Like me,
yeah.
Leave the piece of paper alone, man.
That's what it is. It's the tournament play, the excitement, the buzz, the thrill. It's
the community.
Bro, you can't explain it. It's unless you play like you know yourself. No one can I cannot explain it in a way where a viewer or a person will understand what it's like to whoop your goggles on, belt on, run out on the field, wait for the timer to count down, put your barrel on the fucking gate, and as soon as that buzzer goes, like I don't know how to explain it. You're in another world.
It's the community.
Everything around you switches off when that buzzer goes. And for that 5, 6, 10 hours you've played that day, in that 10-hour period, not once in your brain have you thought about work or this or it's just
my financial troubles to play this, or just all of it, right?
That's what I'm trying to explain. It's not the sport what you pay. It's like everything else draws you back week in, week. It's the brotherhood between the teams, the sportsmanlike conduct, like it's everything. Yeah, it's everything. Right? It keeps drawing you back. It's not, fuck, I've paid $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 in this sport over the last 20 years.
Have you?
I don't give a shit. Mate, I've paid more than that, I reckon.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. No wonder you're unemployed.
I'm unemployed because I worked for a bunch of fucking Muppets that I had to fucking leave from because they were dickheads. Anyway. Sorry.
Because you're retired.
Oops, that wasn't... Oh, did I say that out loud? Anyway.
I think so, yeah.
Anyway, you understand what I'm saying, though?
You know what I mean.
You know what I mean. It's that's what draws you back, right? Like the biggest example, right? The last couple of months we've stayed at Richmond for the Sevens event. We've stayed in Coffs twice. We went up for fucking the 3-man in Coffs as well. And it's that drive up,
that long drive,
hang out, play paintball all weekend, have the dinners, have the barbecues, have the fucking this, and then pack it all up Monday morning and come home. It's
for another long drive.
It's the journey, not so much the destination. It's the whole thing leading up. I mean, yeah, you're going there to play paintball.
The long drive.
But it feels like a semi-little holiday because, like, you're not... It's... Okay, especially when we do coughs.
Except for the long drive.
Shut up with the long fucking drive. You don't do it anyway. I do it all the time, so what's your fucking issue?
Oh, mate, I'll happily drive.
It's that... You get away and it's like, okay, I'm going to go...
For a long drive.
Okay, we're going to leave Thursday morning or Friday night or...
For a long drive.
We
Oh, please do it.
I'm enjoying this coffee. That's why I can't do it.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought.
And there's not much left. So anyway, it's the
long drive.
Yeah, and the long drive. Thank you, Brent. I'll mention the long drive. And
the long drive.
You're just away from... Like I explained it, those weekends, it's like I just explained it before, when you actually take the field and play. But that whole weekend is sort of like that, because when you're up there with everybody, you don't give a shit. Oh, where are we going to eat? What are we going to do? Let's go do this.
You're just away.
Big banana, fucking. We've got to do the big banana because someone has a hissy fit if we fucking don't.
Because it's been a long drive.
But you know what? Did you read Wertho's comment last time? He goes, seems to be working for you boys really well. He goes, because, you know, first, second. He goes, you know, this big banana thing works well. I'm like, it's because I travel with a child that has to have.
The fucking child, man. Who
You
goes to Coffs Harbour and doesn't go to the fucking big banana? Who does that?
All the Vikings will back me up on this,
does
right?
that?
He did not stop fucking whinging from Thursday till Sunday till we finally went to the big banana on Sunday.
Should have went there fucking Thursday, like I said.
Well, that's why I do it with you now. That's why I get it out of the way, so I don't have a fucking whinging child going.
Yeah, 100%. I told you I'll be a cunt. I told you I'll be a fucking wanker until I go. Who goes to Coffs Harbour and does not go to the big banana? What is wrong with you?
I didn't say I don't.
No, I'm just saying. That's a general question.
When there's time.
That is a poll. Who goes to Coffs Harbour and does not even remotely look at or stop at the big banana? You're fucking there. Just go.
Okay,
right?
you're going to get a poll coming through.
Yeah, 100%.
People will agree because everyone does it. Everyone goes to the big banana as a banana split.
100%.
We now also go have breakfast there because they do a pretty good breakfast.
Yeah, they do a very overpriced but very nice breakfast.
Let's hit them up for sponsorship.
Oh, good luck with that one, mate.
Anyway.
Fuck me. You're better off hitting up
Big banana on the front of our pants.
GYG, mate.
Oh, GYG would be better.
Better than hitting GYG. But no, I think another thing that brings us back is, you know, sort of guessing who's going to win the next event. You know, and just who's going to win the series. That's sort of like another thing, you know, that sort of brings me back anyway. I like having that sort of prediction.
After last Sevens event, there is a big spanner in the works now. Okay, like it's not just a race between is SWAT going to win or is Eskimos going to win. Okay, we've now thrown our hat in the pool and gone, okay, these boys did very well last event. I'm sure we proved that. We played extremely well as a team, right? Same thing at Coffs Harbour. I guess we just dropped the ball in the finals.
Fucking gun went down.
Yep. And I'm not even exercising that. I'm not even getting into that.
Anyway.
All right. Should have kept your locks. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a little bit now. There's a little bit difference now. Sort of like it's not okay. 100% just these two teams. It's the third team now that's sort of like giving it a rare go. All right. And I'd like to see the other teams like, you know,
QMC and shit.
Yeah, put in a lot more effort and like try and sort of.
Well, they had a really good event last event.
Yeah, they did. They did. They played really well, but they didn't.
Well, they just came third, so what's your point?
No, there is no point. I'm just saying, like, they did really well. And I don't know, are they coming back for round 3?
I'd assume so. Fuck, you've played the first 2, you may as well.
No, I don't know, because there was talk that maybe because like they were supposed to play at Coffs Harbour and they didn't play.
I don't think they could have got the players for that event, but you know, that's a them issue. I don't know.
Fair enough.
That's not my section.
Black flag issue, no way.
But yeah, no, I think sort of guessing who's going to win the series is a thing that keeps me bringing back. I mean, like fuck, the NXL series goes up and down, left, right, and centre. I think
we're talking who's going to win the NXL series.
I think the double points of World Cup fucks with everything. But I like it because you know you could be so confident on someone and then all of a sudden 8th place wins.
So it's only 26 points between what? First and second. Right? And okay, so we've got
yeah.
All right, so what have we got? We've got Fit on 550.
Yeah, so currently the rankings from 1st to 5th.
Okay,
anyway.
so it's Fit 550, Legion's at 534, Dynasty's at 487.
Yeah.
Impact's at 424. Oh, and Tauntauns, what's that?
422.
422. Okay.
Obviously, there's one more event before World Cup.
Okay, so there is that one more event that might change because what did Fit end up coming in this event?
5th.
5th or 6th?
5th.
And the event before they won, right?
They won the last 2.
So that's the first event they've bailed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunday, yeah.
There's another event, and then World Cup's double points.
World Cup is 2 times the points.
Right. Okay.
So first place gets 400 points.
Depending how Fit finishes up in this next tournament, what's your prediction?
Who's going to win?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Legion's playing a deadly, deadly game.
Like, the 2 top teams, there's not much difference.
It doesn't matter. Honestly, first to fifth does not matter. I don't think first to fifth does not matter. Any one of those 5 can win it. Because yes, it comes down to the next event is a big sway, but then it's also World Cup's a big hit because it's double.
I'm going to go with you. I'm going to say Legion.
I think Legion's got the goods. I think they've got the aggression. I think they've got the...
What about a dark horse? Pressure's on. I mean, there's only 5 teams.
I wasn't even going to pick out of those 5 teams.
Oh, pick whoever you want. I don't care.
I've still got to go Houston Heat, man.
That's your dark horse for this year?
Well, they're 8th at the moment, so I've still got to go. Heat.
I'm going to go Impact for a dark horse.
Yeah.
They're from
I wouldn't call them a dark horse. They're fucking 4th.
No, but like losing Marcelo is a big one for them. But I just think last event without him, I think they played a lot better.
Do you now?
There was moments where I think they played a little bit better and not thinking, oh shit, we've got Mr. Reliable in case the shit hits the fan.
Mr. fucking Reliable.
Are you kidding me?
Mr. Reliable.
Are you kidding me? He's like one of the hardest cunts to shoot.
No, but
out
like,
on the
he's
field.
calling Mr. Reliable like he's just some fucking born.
You understand what I'm saying, right? But like, I'm saying Impact.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, he's betting 4th place as a dark horse, people.
or maybe Tauntauns.
Like he's betting 5th place as a dark horse, people.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna stick with Impact. I'm just saying.
So you're
saying.
fanboying Legion.
That's my predictions.
Right.
You asked for my predictions. My prediction is I reckon I stand with you on this. I think Legion's been playing lights out.
I think Legion's consistency will win it again.
Okay,
They won it last year.
with Smotrov back in the team, he's made a massive difference.
Fuck me, that changed Sunday, man.
That's why I'm saying Legion. That's my prediction because of the way they've been playing and the way the team's coming along.
He changed Sunday for him.
Okay.
By the fact that they scored, was it six unanswered points on your dark horse team, was fucking beyond me, hey. And all they did was swap Smotrov.
Your boy plays on that team,
and all they did was change Smotrov.
Anyway.
Like, he was the game changer. 6 unanswered points. The Impact were up 3-0 with like 10 or 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, right.
They had it in the bag.
Okay, I understand.
And then
but like
one change.
That's why I'm saying prediction-wise, Legion, because not just
100%.
the one player. Malloy, Karslev, all of them have been playing really well lately. Right?
Doesn't mention Kirill. Doesn't mention J-Rab.
Actually, Kirill Pridden is one of the most expensive players. He's the top. I think he's the most top-paid NXL player.
You're an idiot.
Why?
You're an idiot.
No, I saw somewhere on some.
You're an idiot.
Why?
You're an idiot. That
Why?
is. Have you ever heard of Fantasy League baseball?
Oh, is that a fantasy league? Oh, right. Bro, I didn't know. I didn't fucking know,
when you told me that in the first place, I had the biggest giggle because I knew
Bro,
exactly.
I didn't know. I saw
You're
it.
trying to tell me Kirill's paid $234,000 a year to play paintball.
You know the exact amount. You've seen it as well.
That was fucking hilarious, man. Yeah, because you tried telling me, and I'm just sitting there. I had the biggest internal giggle of my life.
Wait. How the fuck am I supposed to know what the Russians play there? I'm thinking maybe the Russians play their players like fucking big bucks.
I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Anyway, that's what I thought. Because that's where I saw it. Is that fantasy league?
Fantasy league paintball, man.
Now I know what it is.
So it's like when I told you, I was like, fuck, I didn't put on my team.
Yeah.
That's that.
Okay.
So
that's
so many
fantasy
people
leagues.
picked these people, and this person's done exceptionally well in this area. I mean, I think Kirill actually had the biggest blinder for the event anyway. I think he had the most kills.
But that's what I'm saying to you. That's why I saw it and I went.
But yeah, no.
Oh, you know what? Ethan Peters, your fault. You showed me it at the fucking studio last time when we were putting Chris's sign up the front.
And you believed it?
I don't know. He just showed me. He goes,
Yeah.
hey, Billy, did you know this? And I looked and I went, the fuck is that? And I went, Kirill? No way, man. He's like, yeah. And then it was like, and I was like, okay. Don't do any research. Just
No, that sounds like you too.
go off what the kid
Don't do
says.
anything. Don't do any research on anything.
It was brought to my attention, and I thought, wow. And then I thought, I better ask and see.
That is gold.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for clearing
The only
that up.
person that is close to getting paid that is Mr. Alex Goldman, mate.
Yeah. Mouse. That's what I thought.
And his figure starts with a 1.
He's what, 100 grand? 150, 160, 180, 280?
But yeah, that. So, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, this is going to be weird, but I don't think player salary should be anyone's business.
No, I'm not. I'm not making it anyone's
I'm not
business either,
a
man.
crack at you. I'm just saying, right? I don't. It's the same. I feel that's the same with any sport. I don't feel like any player's salary should be anybody's personal business. Like that's.
I'm not making them up. I just said it's something that I saw.
If you listen to a word anybody says when people
righto.
speak,
Go on.
you will realize what people say.
Go on,
Right?
Cranky.
I just said, in my opinion,
Oh, your opinion. Sorry, Cranky.
I feel like nobody should be entitled to undergo what people are paid.
No,
right?
that's their
Who
business,
cares
not
what
yours.
Alex Goldman gets paid? Right? Obviously, people are going to give a shit that he bumped Impact to go back to a team he just left. But
Yeah, fuck you, Mel.
right? But that's up to his discretion. There are no rules in the league for it.
I'm just saying, man.
Right?
I'm
No,
mucking around.
Yeah,
Relax.
no, I'm just saying.
Don't take it to heart.
I'm not taking it to heart.
Jesus.
You just don't listen and you cut everybody off. Right? So that's.
Oh,
I just think, in my opinion, I don't think anybody's entitled to really have a say or contradict on what anybody's paid. That's how I look at it. Like
Brent's in cranky mode. Anyway,
because when you look at it, why isn't Greenspan the highest paid player? Right? Like this.
I think he was at one stage.
Yeah, keyword one stage, right? Like, but when you look at it, he's the most decorated player in paintball.
Yeah.
Ever.
Statistically, yeah.
Ever. I don't think anybody's winning 15 World Cups, man. I don't think anybody's getting there anymore.
I don't
right?
know. Ollie Lang's up there as well, and a few.
I don't
of the
think
others are up
anybody's winning. Oliver Lang's retired.
Anyway,
But I don't think anybody else is winning 15 World Cups. I don't care who you say or what you say.
No, I'm not saying
Right,
anything.
right,
I'm
just
saying at the moment, statistically, he's the most decorated
He
player.
will always
in paintball in the world.
statistically be the best player. When people say GOAT, right?
You don't know that, bro. There's so many young players coming through the ranks that are going to be around for the next 20, 30
I'd never
years.
say it. That's another freaking poll. Do you think anybody will be better than Greenspan statistically? Obviously, the blokes, people got to remember, right? You have to remember. The guy's 42 years old, and you've got people like Connor Kelly, who's 23, 22 years old, running around. The bloke's going to have a hard time competing physically with these young guys.
Now.
Still schooling them, though, I'll tell you that, mate.
Now.
I'm not a Greenspan fanboy, but
these guys have got a lot of years ahead of him as well to prove
he's
themselves.
still smashing these people.
Yeah, look.
But it's statistically, Greenspan is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
Yep.
people argue it with the sport of tennis, right?
I'm not arguing
I'm
with
just saying,
you.
right? Well, you do because you argue it
You're
every
a
time,
cranky
right?
shit. I'm not arguing
Right?
with
It's like tennis. People always say, Federer is the GOAT, right? When you look at it, he's not. Novak Djokovic is. He's won the most Grand Slams ever.
Not Nadal?
No.
Oh,
And in my opinion, right, as a tennis player and fan, I don't look at Nadal winning 12 Roland Garros titles as you should be a GOAT of statistics because you've won 80% of your Grand Slams on one turf.
The whole idea with a tennis player is to be good on every single surface, right?
Correct. Right? Whereas Novak Djokovic has, I think, he's pretty close to winning a lot. He'll never get 12 Roland Garros, right? Because the bloke's nearly at
He's
age
won
of
a
retirement.
few. He's won a lot
I
of.
think he's won 4.
How many Australian Opens has he won?
7.
Yeah, right. And then he's won like US Opens and Wimbledon's.
But
and
anyway,
he's
like
won a lot. Like
we're not a tennis podcast, but like that's just how I view it, right?
Considered the Ryan Greenspan of tennis.
He's statistically the best,
Yes.
right? Obviously, Federer has more won games than Novak, right? I think he's won 1,100 or 1,200 games in his entire career, right? But with back to paintball, like what we actually talk about, Greenspan's won 15 World Cups. That's 15 years.
How much more shit has he won over the years?
Oh, yeah, and how many other
Shit.
freaking tournaments has he won throughout the years of NXL? And, but individually, he's won 15 years of World Cups.
Yeah.
No one's getting that. No one's getting that.
Bro.
I put $100.
You can't
I
say
put-
it. There's so
no.
many young players out there
I
now.
do
Like
not-
you gave an example, Connor Kelly's 23, right? That little cunt's got like another 20 years.
100%.
He might win 10, 15 fucking World Cups with different teams or with the same team. You don't know.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you can't
100%.
say no one.
I do not see it happening though.
At the moment, yes, he is the GOAT, right? No one can match him.
I don't think anybody's
But I
getting
give these
better
young
than him.
kids a long time and many more years to. I'll probably be dead by the time
I
Connor
don't see
Kelly
it
and all
ever
them fucking
happening.
retire. But
I don't see it ever happening.
you never say
No,
never.
I don't see it ever happening.
Never say never.
I don't see it ever happening.
Okay.
No way.
Okay. Next topic. Move on. No more. Sorry. Bingo.
I don't see it ever happening. Eh? Poll, do you think someone will be better than Greenspan statistically? Not athletically, on the field, off the field, whatever you want to call it. Statistically.
Are we
Wins.
comparing players around the world so we can Aussie players as well? Or-
Oh, yeah. Good fucking luck with that. Good luck.
I know, because some of us going to go, Johnny Robert or Carl Simpson or Ben Simpson or fucking J-Rad or something like that. And he's going to be like, dude, no, like we're talking Greenspan. Like, go.
Well, I mean, all those players you just named
Played against him.
beat him,
Well, yeah.
but, anyway.
But statistically, like,
But like statistically has, no disrespect to any of the envious boys or, any
No,
of the small
fuck
guys,
no.
right?
fuck no.
Has any of them won a World fucking Cup?
No.
No, right? That's my whole point, right? Does
That's what I'm saying,
does any of
bro.
them play
But our guys
the Pro
are different.
League?
Our guys are really...
Oh, 100%.
Here for Australia, they're our top.
Yeah, the opportunity here is vastly different to
And
over
Colt,
there, right?
fuck you, we're up there too.
So, that's how I see it, right? Has any of them played a World Cup in the Pro Division over there?
Envious has played.
In the Pro Division
No,
over
no,
there,
no,
right?
no. I think it was Div 2,
They
Div
played
3.
Div 3, I
I'm
think it
not
was.
sure. I can't remember. You'll have to ask the boys.
I'm pretty sure it was
exactly,
Div 3.
but I didn't even know how they went over there, whether they won, they lost.
I don't think they won a game, but they were pretty close on 2 or 3 of them.
Okay, that's cool.
But they gave it a red hot crack.
Because they won the NXL series here, and that was the prize. You get 7 tickets.
flights over there.
See you later. Flight. All you had to do was pay your accommodation and your field. Like, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah.
Reggio and, yeah.
But no, I don't see anybody beating Greenspan's
Not yet.
statistics, mate.
Not yet.
Ever.
Let's just say not yet.
I'm saying never.
You're saying never, I'm saying not yet. Anyway, okay, enough about
Put $100
that.
on it.
$100 bucks.
$100 on
No,
it.
I'm not putting $100, bro. No, fuck that.
It's the competition's too tight now. I see the competition's way too tight. One minute one team wins, next minute another team wins.
Right, anything
next
could happen.
minute- I'm aware
could
of
happen
all
over
that,
the next
right?
5 years, right?
You're
A
telling-
team like Fit might do it for the next 10 years.
Oh, yeah,
Fit
no,
might
but-
be the next dynasty that does it for the next 10
and I hope
the next 10, 15
I hope
years.
nothing more than that. But I'm saying the competition's too tight right now, and it's probably going to be even tighter in the upcoming years for a player, let alone a team, to be that dominant again.
I don't know. We'll see.
That is how I see it.
Well, we'll see. Only time will tell, man. Like, we'll see what happens. Like, you can't say never.
Never say never.
Bro, you'll be there. You'll be there for the next, say, 25 years, right? Watching all this all shit. In the next
25 years.
Yeah, well, you're only 21, bro. And like 25
Shit,
years,
man.
46, I
I
guess.
feel way older than that, eh?
Oh, you look it, don't
Bro.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
even, man.
Oh.
No,
Where's his Zimmer frame?
I'll
Get
walk
him a
with a
Zimmer
limp.
frame. Get him a Zimmer
I'll walk
frame.
with a limp. Back's arched.
Oh.
Knees stiff. I've actually got to get up and like do a full. You remember that movie, Up?
Up?
Yeah,
Maybe.
the old grandpa where he
Maybe.
makes his house fly with balloons. I'll show you the scene. I've got to do like a full like old man crack in the back and everything just to be able to get up.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Yeah,
Mr. Old Man.
Yeah. Oh,
See, when you
bro.
get to my age, how you
Everything's
feel?
starting to fuse, man. Everything's starting to fuse. I look at Elmo and I, man, geez, you're young.
Yeah. This fuse, right, he's starting to get with this crap that I'm hearing from this 21-year-old little shit. How can you talk? Bro, I used to bounce off walls at 21
my
years
hips are
old.
like 67, man. Come on now.
You're fucked.
That's not nice to say.
Anyway, moving on.
That's not very nice.
Moving
to
on.
Say. No, fuck you.
Moving on.
Fuck you. That's not nice to say, man.
What's going on with vlogs?
Oh, we'll be doing one this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, brain fire. How fucking old are you?
Okay.
Retired brain right there. He hasn't worked in a month. So, sorry, he's a bit loopy.
Hey,
he might say the same thing
listen,
a few times.
No, listen. Because I'm unemployed at the moment.
We're wholly aware of that.
Yeah, and I'm sort of like, I'm kind of broke as well. So, would you be able to buy my box of paint this weekend, bro?
Fucking hilarious. This bloke, really?
I'm joking, bro. Anyway, we're starting this weekend. For real? Or is this like, we've said it before and we're supposed to do one for
We're supposed to
Coffs?
do it, but, Coffs was a bit of a...
Actually, we're more relaxed there, that's why. So we'll be doing one this weekend from Hartley Vale Paintball.
Hartley Valley.
Hartley Vale. Oh, what did I say?
Fucking Vale. Bro.
Hartley Valley Paintball.
Know your sponsor, man.
Yeah, well, mate, listen. Fuck off,
Yeah.
all right? I know they're
This
in Hartley.
time-
I
this
know where the
time.
field is. I go, I'm happy. Shut up. So we're starting there this weekend. Yes? You have said this before. I do agree with you. It's going to be more of a relaxed environment, but are we going to start from the Friday?
I don't know.
You don't.
Well, I don't know because there's the whole arrangement sort of in the air right now about what's going on with getting stuff sorted for it.
Okay. Maybe I need to put my hand up and go.
For example, like picking people up and...
Well, I thought you had that sorted.
Don't know yet, mate. I told you before we even
Get
started.
it sorted.
How?
Well,
I'm waiting for people to answer the fucking phone.
Jesus, Mr. Cranky.
Oh,
Jesus.
bro, use your head, man.
Oh.
My God, I know it's slow.
Listen, there's
Because
nothing
you're
slow going
I
on
know
here
it's slow
other
because
than
you're
you being a little shit.
Because you're senile, all right? I know you're slow, right? You're fucking old fart, all right?
No, you're senile.
You're retired.
No, you're senile.
I know everything's slowing down.
Listen.
Everything's shutting down.
Anyway,
right?
go on. So,
Just let it.
yes?
Just let it happen.
is it a yes?
Just let it happen.
Is it a yes?
Maybe
Otherwise, I'm going to leave your sleeping bag and the swag at home when I leave
my
on
sleeping
Friday.
bag's inside.
Well, you can sleep out in Mother Nature with your sleeping bag.
That's all right. I'll just open up the room and just I'll come cuddle.
And you'll nah. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Anyway,
But no, we'll be doing our best efforts to make one for this weekend. Big training day, behind the scenes, sort of like a team bonding thing. So try and make it work as best we can.
we've got a few numbers. I don't know if Patrick and the boys are coming up.
I don't know. Yeah,
I know Jimmy can't come up.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
I don't know what Tom and the boys are doing, but like I've
It's
mentioned
whatever.
it to everyone. All right, so I know
Cool.
there's already a bunch of people coming, so it'll be a
Cool,
good weekend.
sweet, no
I know
worries.
Riley and a couple of
Yeah,
Riley's
we're
coming from
aware of
Melbourne.
that. Listen, senile. Calm
Stop cutting me off, motherfucker! You just
senile.
whinged about it before.
Senile. You're
Oh,
senile. You're senile.
Are we done?
I'm trying to be.
Okay, no. Have we got like 2 minutes? 1 minute?
No.
Actually, I only need 1 minute.
No,
I only need
we've
1
gone
minute.
1 minute too long already.
No, 1 minute. New paintball field has opened up in Western Australia. Wasp Paintball reopened an indoor field. So if we've got any viewers or fans from Western Australia, good to see the paintball field scene is coming back to life.
And it's indoor.
Yeah, it's I'll show you after we wrap
I've
it
already
up.
seen it.
Oh, you've seen it? Well,
Yes, man.
I'm just happy to see another sort of go. Like Perth was pretty dead, like for a while now, and to see a field open means like possibly tournament paintballs coming back around there. Because man, Perth used to have 2 professional teams in the old days. They had Talk and they had Crisis, right? Now we used to fly out from Perth on the fucking Thursday, play Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Rouse Hill, right?
No STK.
Well, you got STK as well, okay? But
It's cool. Don't worry about the boys. It's all right.
STK don't do 7s. I'm saying, well, they have
Sorry,
once or
man.
twice.
Sorry, man. Sorry, boys.
Listen, don't be an ass. All right?
Fucking wow.
Okay, but
just diss on one of the biggest.
I'm
teams.
saying for 7s, STK didn't have much to do with 7s. All right, they played a couple events. That was it.
They came here and kicked everybody's ass.
No, they came second. They lost the SWAT.
It's not the finals game I remember for sure.
Go onto YouTube.
Okay, no worries, yeah,
Look up the
I
history
fucking will.
of it. Actually, you didn't have to. I refed that event, and I know it was SWAT.
Oh yeah, because you didn't play pro. You weren't good enough.
Yeah, I was in semi-pro back then.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Anyway,
Fuck my life.
but it's good to see.
It is good to see another.
All right, because
field.
the other thing too, right, Mr. Smartass, SDK have been doing a lot of overseas stuff.
I would go overseas if it cost me $300 return as well, mate. I'm telling you
but
right
I'm saying,
now.
But I'm not having a dig at or anything.
Oh,
I'm just saying they concentrated on other. I'm saying from sevens.
I
right?
would do it too.
Yeah,
without hesitation.
I'm
would
not
do it.
arguing about that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying good that they do it. But
Oh,
I'm saying
100%.
they concentrated on abroad fucking tournaments instead of I'm saying for sevens here, Talk and Crisis solely was sevens. Right? So the two teams had a big part. Right? So the Perth team was good and died off. And that's what I'm trying to get at you, Mupp. It's just good to see new
people
fields
get old,
open up.
have lives, have families.
Yeah, but this is a new generation of players coming through, obviously.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see. It's
good to see somewhere else.
Oh, it's good.
Muppet,
It's good to see somewhere booming again. You know. So, but yeah, Billy, end it for us, mate.
No, I'm gonna keep going. Fuck you.
You can sit here and fucking edit it then.
See, even Millie agrees.
Yeah, you can sit here and edit it then.
Anyway, look,
Right, that's what I fucking thought.
Take it
That's
easy.
what I thought.
Fuck, cranky boy.
Yeah.
He needs his sleep now because he hasn't slept. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank all our sponsors. Anything else?
But is that it?
Yeah, man,
that
I'm
was
short and sweet.
pathetic.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm retired, aren't I? Semi-retired.
Yeah.
That's all you get from a semi-retired.
That was. You know, I'm going to get a P for your chair. P for pathetic.
No, give me an L plate for learner.
Lunatic.
Lunatic. I'll agree with you there.
That was pathetic.
Careful, don't.
Mate, come on.
Careful.
End the show.
Careful.
End the show.
Careful.
End the show.
End the show.
My God. Come on, mate. Put an effort in. My Lord.
Anyway, I want to thank the viewers. I want to thank the sponsors. I want to thank everyone from watching from wherever part of the world you are or Australia.
Shreya.
Anyway.
Such a bogan. It was.
That's it.
Oh, fuck my.
Yeah, fuck off. You
wow.
Just do something.
No energy.
This is the first time you've actually done one of these.
It's not the first time, but sure.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I usually have one myself.
I've done the last 5. Anyway, go on.
5.
Yeah. Are we done?
Bro, you're fucking
Are we done?
useless.
It's not. It's your department, bro.
My department.
Yeah,
my department is everything at this point.
That's right. Where's the argument? I'm old and
This just in. Brent's taking full ownership of this entire show.
I'm old and senile. Remember?
This bloke.
You called me old and senile.
This
I'm
is
going to
here
act old and senile now.
This is here for sympathy. Because it's an old fart and doesn't have a job.
I need a handicap sticker.
You can get my oldie cup. You can have my oldie cup.
Your oldie cup?
Yeah.
What oldie cup?
My oldie cup.
No, I want a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Centrelink cup.
Centrelink's denied you, mate. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, wherever you are around the world. I want to thank our sponsors for the show, Paper Shop, Action Paintball, and Black Flag Clothing. I want to thank everybody for listening and tuning in to episode 11. We've hit double digits officially now, so,
Cool.
it's episode 011. So stay tuned. Episodes are going to get bigger, brighter, faster, better, all that sort of shit. So, yeah, faster. You like that shit?
Wow.
Yeah? You're going to have to fucking speed up, you old senile prick. Right, I want to thank everybody for watching.
I'm going to take Zanny's now. I'm being half asleep on the show.
Yeah. Oh, mate, would not surprise me knowing you. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Hope you have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you guys are tuning in from. Thank you very much. See you guys later. Ta-da.
Thanks, guys. Bye.